Hey, good evening. It's August 31st. Thanks so much for being here. Tonight, I want for us to look at the Tower of Babel. It may not seem like it's a real cool idea, thought to end the night on, but actually I think it's a very comforting passage for us in Genesis 11. You remember the setting here. This is after the flood, and the sons of Noah are now supposed to go out and do what God commanded Adam and Eve to do in the creation mandate. And Noah repeated these things in this command, and as a response, their children and their offspring, they grew and they flourished, and they were one people, one common language, common speech. But instead of obeying the things of God through the generations of time, they got more interested in doing what they wanted to do. So as the people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. So instead of going out and occupying and controlling the earth for the glory of God that they've been called to do, they found one place to hang out and thought, this is where we're going to spend the night. The next night, and the next night, and all of our nights. This is what we're going to do. So they said to each other, come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They used bricks instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, come, let's build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches up to the heavens, so that we may make a monument for a name for ourselves, and otherwise we will be scattered over the face of the earth. So they're about adding to their reputation. They're throwing off the direction of God, which is to occupy the earth and control it for the glory of God. They wanted to do it for the glory of themselves. Let's make a city for ourselves that reaches to the heavens. Just because this happened in antiquity a long time ago, thousands of years ago, doesn't mean this building would not have been amazing. We look at the Egyptian pyramids and we're amazed that those things can be built. And these people, being even closer to the fall, probably had just incredible skills. So no doubt they could have built something that had been magnificent, reaching way up into the sky, into the heavens. And people would have remained there. It wasn't the problem with the technology. It was the technology used to bring honor to themselves. And that's what we want to gain tonight from this passage. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that people were building. The Lord said, if as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, there is nothing they plan to do that will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so that they will not understand each other. So the Lord scattered them all over the earth, and they stopped building the city. That's why it's called Babel, because that's where the Lord confused the language of the entire world. From there, the Lord scattered them over the face of the earth, which is what they were supposed to be doing, and that's what Abraham comes, and through all the nations of earth will be blessed, because they scattered. Technology can be a very good thing, but it can also be something that makes us very self-sufficient, or appear to be self-sufficient. We're doing amazing things right now in space, or actually Elon Musk is. Musk has no use for God. And his purpose has nothing to do with honoring God. It's to escape the planet so we can go live somewhere else. God wants us to be aware of him. The technology isn't wrong. It wasn't wrong for them to have the technology to build. It was wrong for them to use the technology to serve themselves. It's not wrong for us to go to space. It's actually exciting. But if we don't do it with the vision for the glory of God, doing what he wants us to do, then God will thwart that as well at some point. This story in Genesis 11, the message for us is we need not to be blown away by the things that we can do. We need to be blown away by the wonder and glory of God and to obey his commands. And what God teaches us in Genesis 11 is when man chooses to disobey the command of God, to dishonor God and to live life our way as opposed to God's way, God isn't absent. He will respond. He will not allow us to do the things that we want. He'll do it in his own time. He'll do it in his own way, in a way that is right and just. But make no mistake, just because we think we can ignore God and our laws and our technology and our purposes doesn't mean that God is ignored. Just as he was able to act with the Tower of Babel, he's able to act today to keep us from doing what we think is best, as long as it doesn't honor him. And that's a very comforting thought to me. This life is really not out of control. God is in control. And that is a thought for us to have rest on tonight, to rest on and have peace. So the Lord bless you as you rest this night. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.